guys, welcome back to Wine Never Books with your girl Kay. As you can see by the title, we are reviewing White Lines 2. So let's just jump right into it. I know it's been a minute, my bad guys. Life is just getting a little best of me. But anyways, so White Lines 1 ended off with Born and Jada reconciliating their friendship. Sunny is doing good. She's drug free. You know, she's happy. She's just moving on with life. Everybody seems to be in a good place, right? So now we jumping into book 2, and Sunny is at the height of her career. She's modeling. She's doing commercials. Like her schedule is crazy, and because her schedule is crazy, she's using Percocets to keep up with her rigorous schedule. You know, and I feel like, damn, Sunny, like that's just one of the gateways that's gonna lead you back down to doing cocaine. That's what I'm thinking. I'm like, yo, like you came so far. Please, Sunny, please don't do it. Oh, because you already know Sunny helped Jada get clean and get her son back, Sheldon. So anyways, we just gonna see what happens to Sunny. So the book is mostly about Sunny, but it taps into Jada and Jada's family as well. So Jada just turned 39. Her and Bourne got back together. She's been drug free for about what 10-15 years, so Jada's doing good. If you also remember, Jada and Sunny decided to write a book, and the book became successful. So now they got their book deal requires them to write another book. So Jada is struggling to write book 2 because, you know, she's not living that life that she was when she was in her 20s. She doesn't party. For the most part, she goes to work. She stays home. She takes care of her family. She's with Bourne most of the time. So for her, she's struggling to write the book because for the most part, she doesn't have anything to write about. Whereas Sunny's out there. Like, she's doing stuff that she wasn't doing in her past. Like, she finally tapped into her modeling. She finally was able to take care of her family off the strength of her own hard work, her independency. So she's living life to the full. She's still glamorous. You know, she still turns faces when she walks into a room. That, you know how Sunny is, right? So on her 39th birthday, Bourne proposes to Jada. I'm just gonna stop right here. I said it in the first video. I never liked Bourne's character. I still don't like his character. He's contradicting. He's full of shit. Like, I just don't like his character. He's deceptive. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, we're gonna stop right there. Sunny misses her old life. And when I mean by her old life, Sunny misses the woman she was when she was on cocaine. She was carefree. She was able to work multiple events in one night. She had more confidence. She was just full of herself and prideful. This Sunny, because she's drug free, you know, she's feeling everything more. She's more aware of everything, and she doesn't feel that confidence she feels when she was younger. And Sunny, for the most part, never really wanted to give up that lifestyle. She did it for a while, but she was lying to herself, and she's still lying to herself, and she craves it. So only Sunny knows that she has these feelings for cocaine and she wants to go back, and she's trying her best. I give her that, but she also was able to recognize, like, yo, I like doing drugs. This is a part of who I am, and it, you know, I'm tired of hiding it, right? So now, at the same time, Sunny and Jada's friendship is changing. While Jada's more of a laid back, I don't want to say house mom, but she gives off like house mom vibes, Sunny's more out there. And they barely hang out. Like, they still go to each other's house Sunday dinner, and their daughters hang out. Their daughter and the son, Sheldon, hang out. But for the most part, you know, Jada and Sunny don't talk like that. And Sunny feels away. Sunny feels like she's not moving real. And Jada feels like, you know, she understands they're growing up, but Jada doesn't want to be a part of that life because she doesn't want to get any cravings to go back to that life. And Jada's still dealing with guilt and shame of who she used to be when she was on drugs and what she did. Like, people have forgiven Jada, but Jada hasn't forgiven herself. And because of that, she's suffering internally. And it's a lot for her. At the same time, Jada's also dealing with her son Sheldon's behavior. Sheldon is acting out in school. He's being defiant. He's being rude. But this correlate to Sheldon wanted to know more about his father, Jamori. And every time he asks Jada a question, Jada just downplay it, and he doesn't know anything about his father. The only thing that he knows about his father is that his father is dead. Jada has a hard time talking about Jamari because of what Jamari did to her. You know, she hates Jamari, but she doesn't want to back talk Jamari to Sheldon. But at the same time, Jada's doing herself a disservice because Sheldon is a boy, right? And secrets past, they always come to light. And his rebellion, she knows the blunt of his rebellion, and she's still deciding that she's trying to shield him, what she think that she's protecting him, but ultimately hurting her, right? At the same time, you know, Bourne has his own son, right? And Bourne is having a difficult time connecting with Sheldon. Sheldon doesn't really want to connect with Bourne, and you know, because of that, you know, it's putting a little strain on Jada's relationship. He says that he's trying to be there with her, you know how Bourne is, but you know, I just don't like Bourne's character. You know, when things get hard with Bourne and Jada, Bourne tends to reflect back on Jada's past, and because of he's doing that, he starts like looking at her in a disgusted way. And it's just like, if you with her and y'all been together, y'all got back together for a minute now, you say you forgave her, but the minute something happened, you thinking back to her past, and now you looking at her with disgust. Like, I don't respect Bourne. Like, he's not a respectable character in my eye. Right? So Sonny and Jada gets the opportunity to make their book into a movie. Sonny is down for it. Jada's like, nah. Jada, though, she doesn't want to be a part of that. She doesn't want to see her life pictured on the big screen, where Sonny doesn't care. Sonny was always open with her drug use, where Jada always hid it, again, because she feels shameful and she feels guilty. And Sonny is like, you know, we could do this, we could make the money, like what's there to hide? So Jada talks to Bourne. Bourne is not really with the movie. Jada's not with the movie too, so Jada tells Sonny like, yo, I don't want to do the movie, but you could still make the movie about your life. You got a whole bunch to tell, which, you know, Sonny live an extravagant life. So her story could really take off. So Sonny feels the type of way that Jada pulled out of the movie, but Jada said, you know, I'm still gonna write the book. Mind you, Sonny didn't write the book. Jada wrote the book. So Jada really putting all the work in. They just using their story, but Sonny's not around for the ideas and stuff like that, right? So Sonny decides that she's gonna fly to LA to meet with the movie producers and let them know, like, you know, Jada's pulling out, but we can still make the movie about my life. So Jada goes to LA. She meets up with her old friend Sean. Sean is a football player. He's a free agent. And he's doing his thing. So while Jada's meeting with the producers or whatever, she goes, I forgot to mention, she goes to LA with Malcolm. Malcolm is, hold on, that's Ava. Ava is Jada's sister. Malcolm is Ava's colleague, and you know, Ava's a lawyer. So he flies to LA with Sonny. You know, he has a crush on Sonny too as well. Everybody has a crush on Sonny. But anyway, so now we back at LA. Sean throws a party for Sonny. Sonny attends the party, right? While Sonny attends the party, Sean invites Sonny to a room. There's a girl in the room. She's high out of her mind, right? There's cocaine sitting on the dresser, mad cocaine. So Sean ends up leaving Sonny in the room for some reason with the girl who's high in her mind and cocaine sitting on the dresser. So Sonny's looking at the cocaine, you know, the cravings are coming back. She's contemplating her mind. She's going back and forth. It's like a tug of war between the good and the bad. She's going through it. Sonny ends up folding. She ends up getting high, right? She gets so high that she wakes up the next day. Sean is in the room. The girl's still laying on the bed. Sonny wakes up. Sonny turns around, Sean and all them. Next thing you know, the girl who's on the bed is dead. Overdose. Dead, right? And when Sonny took the drugs, I knew she was gonna cave. I'm like, all that cocaine, she's been craving, she's been missing the life that she wanted, she's gonna fold. And she did. Right? So now they trying to figure out what's going on. So while everybody's rushing around the room, they call the paramedics. Sonny had her bag with her. She steals the drugs. And from the whole incident with the girl dying of the overdose, her career starts booming, and at the same time she ended up missing, because she got high, she ended up missing a high profile meeting with the movie producers. But the next day there was a charity event that her and Malcolm went to. They said because her name is attached to a dead girl who overdosed, the movie's gonna be a success, and she ends up getting the deal anyway. So now I'm just like, damn, Sonny, damn. I should mention that Ava has a huge crush on Malcolm, in which Ava told Jada and Sonny about the crush that she has on Malcolm. And they already knew once a female tells their girls like, yo, I'm feeling this dude, like the dude is technically off limits. Like, look some other way, right? That's just the girl code. But we're gonna get into that. So I'm gonna pause right there. We're gonna go back. At the same time, Bourne thinks that Jada is going to go back to drugs because of Sonny and the stress that she's under because of her son. And because of this, Bourne is moving funny. Bourne is the type of person that, he communicates, but he doesn't communicate. Like, he never really communicated how he was feeling with Jada and when it came to drugs. But my thing is, Jada's been clean for all these years. It's going to take more than believe it's like 10, 15 years. Within that span, it's going to take somebody who's been clean for so long, more than just a little bit of a dose for them to relapse. And Jada has been good so far. He never gave Jada the benefit of the doubt, which really pissed me off, right? So there's that. So now, while Sonny's still in LA, Malcolm takes Sonny on a date. They flirting back and forth. Malcolm is a little younger than Sonny. Malcolm also has a daughter. They get to know each other. They end up having sex after the charity ball because they was high. Well, not high, but like they was high off of life. Like, they feeling each other. Malcolm doesn't do drugs. No, Malcolm also doesn't know that Sonny slipped up. Nobody knows that Sonny has slipped up on drugs right now. Nobody knows that Sonny has these drugs in her bag. And I was just like, damn, Sonny, like, damn. Take a sip. So anyways, Jada is, like I said, Jada's still trying to run from her past. She just needs to come forward and tell Sheldon what's really going down, right? One night, Jada and Bourne is talking. Bourne, I do agree with Bourne on this one. Bourne believes that Jada should discuss who Jamari is to Sheldon, lay everything out, and stop hiding it from him, right? Mind you, they're in the house. So they're in the house talking. Sheldon overhears his mother talking about how she used to be hooked on drugs, how she used to smoke crack, and Sheldon was like, came down like, what? Like, you used to do that? Like, what? So he looking at his mother in disgust, like he can't believe that his mother was a crackhead, right? And that's what they call it in the book. I'm not calling her crack. That's what was in the book, right? So anyways, so Jada decides like, damn, he already overheard me. I'm going to tell him everything. So Jada decides to sit him down, tell him everything. Long story short, Sheldon was like, I hate you. You a crack addict. Like, who are you? I don't really know you. Like, you the lowest of the lowest. Like, I seen people like that. You was one of them. Like, he hates his mother. So he stopped speaking to her, right? We're going to fast forward a little bit. It's Thanksgiving time now. Sheldon's not talking to Jada. They beefing. Sonny and Malcolm got close. Thanksgiving is low-key at Jada's house, right? Sonny decides she's going to pull up to Jada's house with Malcolm, and knowing that Ava's there. So they step in the room. Everybody looking at Sonny and Malcolm like, what the hell? Ava's there like confused, like, I know that didn't, but Ava don't say nothing. She's hurt because she really like Malcolm. And she was dropping little hints for Malcolm, but when you see Sonny, that's who you go to, the girls who's boisterous, who's loud, who's out there, who everybody wants. And that was Sonny. So I could see why Malcolm gravitated towards Sonny. But I'm just like, damn. So anyways, after Thanksgiving, right, Sheldon goes to school. Sheldon is also dealing with he's been diagnosed with attention deficit disorder, ADD, right? In which, well, technically speaking, I don't think he was formally diagnosed with it because he doesn't tell anyone like his symptoms. Like one minute he'll just be sitting there, and next minute he just goes and wants to get up and start running and stuff like that. So I don't think he's formally been diagnosed with it, but that's what it is. But I also felt like when I was reading about his character and stuff like that, also feel like he could have been diagnosed with ODD. I just think that he could have been diagnosed with that. Or I just, for the most part, his symptoms mirror ODD. But yeah, anyways, that's the clinician talking. But yeah, so anyways, he's not diagnosed with no mental illness or nothing like that, no behavioral disorder, but he needs to. But he also doesn't communicate his symptoms with his mom or what's on his mind. So nobody knows. So he has multiple outbursts. He's feeling aggressive. Sometimes he has behaviors in which he wants to lash out in physical harm. So that's that. So he goes to school. He's in school. They're using a computer. He decides to Google his father. When he Googles his father, he finds articles about his mother. And the most that he found of his father was that, you know, he was shot dead, which mirrors the story Jada told Sheldon. But it also brought up articles that Jada was in jail, and he found out that Jada had him in jail. And the reason why he's like this, which is the side effects of what Jada did, was taking most drugs when she was pregnant. That she was on drugs while she was pregnant with him and had him in jail. And after he was born, she was still in jail, right? So she didn't fully tell him that part. So now he read that. Now he's pissed. Now he's really livid. Now he really hates his mom. And he feels like Jada's lying on his dad, and that his dad is perfect and his mother is the bad one, right? So now Sheldon decides that he's gonna confide in Mercedes. Mercedes is Sonny's daughter. So he confides in Mercedes like, yo, my mom used to take drugs, and Mercedes like, my mom used to do crack too. Well, not crack, used to do cocaine. Because you know crack and cocaine is different, and Mercedes like, yeah, my mom used to do this, she told me, but she doesn't do it anymore. You have to give your mom a break. Like, she used to do this, but it's not who she is. So after talking to Mercedes, you know, it calms Sheldon down and makes him look at his Jada in a different light, right? And he's willing to move forward with Jada from that conversation. Which I respect Mercedes on that end, because, you know, Mercedes has always been there for Sheldon. And for the most part, you know, she could talk. She's intellectual for her age. So anyway, because of everything that's going on, Bourne starts second guessing marrying Jada, which I'm not surprised. Right? So because he's second guessing marrying Jada, he's now staying at his baby mother house. Annalisa, I forgot whatever her name is, right? So Annalisa, you know, she's still in love with Bourne. She really think that Bourne gonna come back to her, and she likes the fact that Bourne is staying over there. But I'm just like, Bourne never even communicate. Like, he starts staying over by her house, and Jada calling him, he not answering, none of that. But you at your baby mother house and supposed to think that Jada's supposed to think that there's nothing going on. Like, you're not communicating while Jada's sitting at home dealing with all this, and you running. Like, what kind of man are you? Like, you're not no man. You're a little ass boy. Like, I really hate his character. I'm not gonna lie. So, anyways, so Sonny comes back. She's doing drugs heavy. Sonny is doing drugs heavy. No one notices the change. And I should also note that because when Sonny was drug free, her moods was always like, she was an asshole. Like, she talked, but her moods was like she had the stink face. Now that she's back on drugs, she's more happy. She's more free. She's more talkative. Like, she wants to be around people. Like, I'm just like, no one notices the shift. They notice the shift, but they contribute the shift to Sonny dating Malcolm, right? Then I'm like, if only y'all knew. So anyways, Christmas time. Sheldon ends up getting a dog for Christmas. Jada thinks that the dog is gonna help Sheldon, and you know, for the most part, Sheldon is happy for the dog. But Sheldon also thinks that Jada is trying to bribe him. Jada doesn't really care about him, and from that moment on, he also thinks that Jada likes Bourne's son more, right? Bourne recognizes the shift in Sheldon, but it also goes back to how Sheldon feels like, not that he feels like, he's jealous that Bourne is a father to his son, and that he does not have a father, right? That Sheldon doesn't have a father, and Sheldon's upset about that. Every time he look at Bourne and his son, he gets jealous, and because he gets jealous, he decides that he's gonna take his anger out with Bourne's son, right? And on his dog. At one point, Jada and Bourne they was chilling, hanging out. Well, they was doing something, right? Bourne's son, I forgot his name. What is his name? Ethan and Sheldon was at Bourne's mother house, right? The mother calls Jada and Bourne, like, get over here real quick right now. Right then, guess what happened, y'all? Just guess. I'm gonna tell y'all. The dog was with Ethan and Sheldon at the mom's house. Sheldon killed the dog. He strangled the dog in the tub. Ethan is crying. Right? So now I'm like, what the hell? So they rush over there. Bourne is scared to have Sheldon there, his son Ethan. Jada doesn't know what's going on. Like mentally, she's just like, what do I do? Right? Because now he's exhibiting violent behavior. So then I'm in my mind, I'm like, all right, let me see, does he fit their behavior for conduct disorder? That's a disorder for children, right? And it can manifest into anti-personality disorder as adults. But I'm like, I don't know, this is his first incident, so you got to really monitor his symptoms and his behavior, right? But he's showing signs. Anyways, so now Jada ends up putting Sheldon in psychotherapy to help with his behaviors, right? During psychotherapy, while he's in there, Sheldon refuses to talk, but he's making little progress, but he's on medication, right? But her relationship with Bourne starts to take a turn. And Bourne falls back. Instead of Bourne being the shoulder that Jada could lean on, he falls back. They stop talking, and Jada's just like, I'm gonna focus on my relationship with my son. Bourne wants to be an asshole. Bourne's gonna be that asshole, and I can't respect this character. So I'm just like damn. At the same time, Ava has a friend named Olivia. Olivia, Sunny, Jada, all them hang out. Olivia is married to Zion, who Zion is still in the street game. He's a drug dealer, whatever. Zion doesn't want to do the drug game. Olivia wants better for herself. She wants another man that has ambition to leave the drug game. Long story short, Ava ends up sleeping with her friend Olivia's man, Zion. Because we're going to get back into that later on. Right? Bourne is still staying at his baby mama house. Jada's calling him. He not answering. Jada decides that she's going to go off on Bourne. Bourne starts confiding his problems into his baby mother, and that just really pissed me off. Like, now not only are you staying over there, now you confiding your problems with your girl, with your baby mom. Come on, you don't see what she's trying to do, and she's playing the role like, I'm just gonna listen and not trying to make any move, but she know what she's doing. I can't respect her ass either, right? So this what happened. So at one point, Sheldon ends up getting released from the hospital. Bourne is still out of the house, so Jada and Sheldon go into a routine. Like, she wakes up every morning, makes breakfast for him. Although he's not really talking to her, they settle into a routine, and he's happy. He's not showing that he's happy, but he is happy. He's like, that's some stability in his life, and it's just him and his mom again, right? So Jada ends up crying to Bourne and going off on Bourne one night, and Bourne is like he's gonna come home. So Sheldon is asleep in his room. Bourne comes home, him and Jada start talking, whatever, and Bourne and Jada have sex, right? So when Sheldon had woke up the next morning, he's used to going to his mom, sometimes peeking on her. He gets up, he goes peeking at her. No, sorry, it wasn't the morning. It was at night that he woke up. He woke up because he was thirsty or something. And he goes to peek on Jada, and when he goes to peek on his mom, he sees Bourne and Jada laying down together, right? So he goes and takes sleeping pills. It was pills. He goes and takes his pills. He takes the whole bottle and goes to lay down, right? He's pissed off. And when Jada wakes up, she told Bourne, hey, I don't want to disrupt Sheldon's routine. You gotta go before he wakes up and see you. So she goes up, he leaves, whatever, and she goes to Sheldon. She's trying to touch Sheldon. He's not moving. Call the ambulance. Now Sheldon's in a coma. Sheldon ends up being in a coma for 36 hours. Jada basically states that, he did that because he's mad at her, because he probably saw Bourne. Bourne in the hospital was like, I'm gonna come in. Jada's like, nah, like I need to do this by myself. So for the long haul, it's like their relationship is over right then and there. And I'm like, damn, she had to choose her son. Like, and I was like, Bourne not even worth it, sis. Like, he came back, he moving funny, he's sleeping at his big mother house, and he think he gonna dick you down, and all of a sudden y'all good? Nah, we not doing that. We not doing that. So anyways, so this is where stuff got start getting real. So that's Jada's story right here. Let's get back into Sunny. So again, Sunny and Malcolm, they're doing good. They end up traveling to Mexico, right? Just for a little vacation, little thing. Malcolm's really in love with Sunny at this point. And Sunny's really feeling Malcolm. Malcolm is the man that Sunny wished for her whole entire life. That she wished her ex-husband, her deceased husband, not ex-husband, her deceased husband was. What's his name? Darian, right? Sunny also never truly dealt with her husband's death. It was just locked away, and she didn't realize, like, the feelings that she was harboring and regressing and suppressing, right? So when they go to Mexico, they having a good time. Sunny, again, Sunny sneaking drugs. Sunny ends up, long story short, Sunny ends up meeting a dude like, yo, where can I score some cocaine? Sunny goes basically to the hood of Mexico, scores some cocaine from a drug dealer, whatever. She comes back, she started taking drugs because her moods she was going through mood changes because she didn't have the drugs, right? So Malcolm was just like, he don't know how to really do it. So Malcolm decides that at one point they had a conversation, and Sunny really realized that, he really loves her and that she can't continue taking drugs, and that she just going to stop doing drugs. So she had flushed the drugs down the toilet. She was going through her little withdrawals, and Malcolm was just like, he was gonna be there for her. He was really gonna be there for her. So Sunny decides that, she's gonna be a better woman for Malcolm. So one day they end up having a conversation, and Malcolm, long story short, end up telling Sunny, like, your ex-husband, you married him young, but he took advantage of you. Sunny was really in love with her husband, but Malcolm was basically trying to get her to see, like, at some point he was using you, he took advantage of you. That wasn't really love. You'd never had your own when you was really with your husband. And Sunny felt like Malcolm was being a dick, that Malcolm didn't really know her. Malcolm was trying to make her hate her ex-husband, that he was trying to rob Sunny of who she is, or who she was, and everything that she know herself to be, right? So what happened after that? Hold on. He basically said that the husband and his family took advantage of her. Sunny gets upset. She gets in a cab and she rides back to the hood that she went to in Mexico. She doesn't know at this time that Malcolm is following her. So when she gets to the hood or whatever, she gets the drugs, whatever, all that. She drops the drugs in her bag. Malcolm shows up to Sonny like, yo, what are you doing here? He's not dumb. He knows what she's doing there, right? She's like, oh, I came to go to the bar, whatever, I need to clear my head and whatever. He's like, I'm just gonna ask you again what you doing here. They still going back and forth. They end up getting in a cab. As Malcolm and Sonny's riding in a cab, the cab driver goes the opposite way. So Sonny's like, yo, both of them actually realize like, yo, you going the wrong way. The cab driver pulls over, tries to rob Sonny and Malcolm. Malcolm sharing bricks. Sonny takes out her razor blade, slices my man's throat. That's not like my man's, the robber's throat, right? So they take his body out. They take the cab, ride back to the hotel, right? They get their bags, pack their bags, they go into the hospital. Let me say the hospital. They get their bags, they go into the airport. They going through the checkpoint, stuff that. Sonny is in flight mode, right? So she's not thinking like, yo, my bag got the cocaine in it. So she get through to the checkpoint. They searching her bag. They're like, yo, miss, step to the side. Sorry, like, what happened? Then she realized, oh, the cocaine is in the bag. So then they pull out cocaine out the bag. Sonny like, oh, that's not mine. So that's not mine. Malcolm Malcolm's pissed. Like, cause he already knew, like, Sonny went there to buy drugs. Now it's really confirmed because the drugs is in her bag. So now Malcolm and Sonny is detained in Mexico, and that's how the book ends. And I'm like, damn, like, yo, Sonny, you really violated Malcolm's life, because y'all know, like, United States laws and international laws, it's when it comes to drugs, it's different, baby. How y'all gonna get out of this one? And I'm like, damn, Malcolm got a daughter, right? And because of your drug use and your carelessness, now he's in trouble. And I'm just like, you know, look what you did, Sonny. Look what you did. You got a daughter too. Now you getting arrested, and you a star at that. What's gonna happen when they find out you got arrested in Mexico for cocaine? Now they gonna know that you back on drugs. Everybody, the world's gonna know. I'm just like, damn, Sonny, you thought I was rooting for you, Sonny, but damn. Jada, we have left to find out what's going on with Jada and Sheldon and Bourne. Maybe they might get back together. I'm hoping Jada leaves Bourne ass. You know, they say true love, but just because you guys are soulmates don't mean you guys are meant to be together. Bourne needs to leave my girl alone. You causing more harm than damage. You don't even forgive her. Yeah, she did crack. Yeah, she was on drugs. Yeah, she sold her body for the drugs. She has to live with that. You don't gotta judge her. She's judging herself. But Jada also needs to really work on healing herself. She needs to get the help, because she's never going to be happy. That stress also will manifest into something stronger, which she cannot control, because she's in denial about the help that she needs of her past. She needs to confront her past to move on in her future. But anyways, I'm going to read book 3. I haven't read it yet. We're going to figure out what's going on. I'm going to do a review. The next book review is going to be Will Smith's book. And then it's going to be Miss Wiggins. And then we'll probably get into White Lines. I'm not too sure. But anyways, I appreciate the support. Follow me on Instagram, Wind Down with Books. Like, share, subscribe. Your girl is out.